It's hard to turn on the news or read the newspaper these days without reading about a family disputing over a will. One of the first matters that I was involved in when I was a young lawyer was a good example of where estate planning can go wrong when it's not done properly. Now in this case, there was a family business. It was an electrician's business, and the father had built that up for some years, and his son had become an electrician and was working in the family business. The father wanted to look after his son and reward him for the time he'd spent in the business, and gifted half of that business to his son. Now, it was quite a large business at that stage, a few $1 million worth and a number of employees. And to make that gift, there was some substantial money spent on advisors and tax and stamp duty. Just after that gift was made, the son got married to a nice young lady who was from interstate. She had not met the family on many occasions, but she moved. This was a rural family, and she moved out to the bush to live with them, and she helped work in the business. And unfortunately, only a few short months after their wedding, the son passed away in an accident at work. And at the time he died, he had not left a will, so his wife then became owner of one half of the business. Now, the parents weren't too concerned about that because, that was their daughter-in-law. It's likely that under an estate she would have been looked after anyway. But even worse, after, I think it was a few days after the funeral, the daughter passed away in a motor vehicle accident driving back to her home state to see her parents. Now, she didn't have a will either, and under the rules of intestacy, it ultimately ended with her parents inheriting one half of the business. So we had a situation where the parents now owned half of their business with basic strangers who were the parents of their daughter-in-law, who they'd met at the wedding, at the funeral of their son, and at the funeral of their daughter-in-law. Now, we were able to ultimately untie the mess and have the business transferred back to the parents, but that was at a significant cost, again, in taxation and stamp duty and legal advice. And had the parties involved sought proper estate planning advice right back to when they had originally made the gift, there might have been a very different outcome. If you want to ensure that you and your family are as protected as possible, you should speak to an expert in relation to your estate plan. I'm James Ballantyne from Ballantyne Law, and we help clients protect their families through estate planning.